Hello, Brave Awakened Ones. This is Veronica of Higher Realm Holistics, Lady V. Thank you, supporters, subscribers, and Patreons. Please share these videos with those who you think it might resonate with. If you're interested in any of my services, books, merch, t-shirts, webinars, sessions, and higher realm magic information and meditations, please visit higherrealmholistics.com. Hi, Brave Awakened Ones. Lady V here, Veronica of higherrealmholistics.com. What up? It is, yes, the 3rd. I had to look. It is the 3rd of January, 2020. Last night, I made this video because I made a quick video about the energies that were coming in, and it was for that specific time. It had to do it yesterday. It's not what you felt on the 1st. It's not what you felt last week. It had to do with what was going on last night. Okay, so not everybody was picking up on it, but it was mighty intense. And there was a subscriber that hit it on the nose. CERN. It was a CERN, but not just CERN. It was also a HARP thing that was going on. Okay. I started with the itchiness first. It started late afternoon, and then the itchiness built up and built up and built up. And then I went to pray and meditate to try to relax my body, but it was just like the hairs on my body was like electrical. It was like something outside of me. It was like static. I'm like, somebody turned up the volume. What the fuck is going on? And then my ears were like, doo, 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 weird sounds, low pitched. That's what I know. Something ain't quite right when it's low pitched. So then that is when I decided to go lay in bed. And then that is when the energy started just shooting up my foot. Excuse me. The energy started shooting up my foot, my left foot. And that's the energy I felt. Whenever that happens, I know it's energy coming straight up from Gaia. It always comes up my left, goes around and goes down my right. It's like a circuit. So it started coming apart. I'm like, what the deuce? What is going on? I thought this whole grounding of the energy was done, but then I saw something unlocking and opening. I told you, I saw it in the core of Gaia. Something was going on. Okay, again, it had to do with what was going on yesterday, Thursday, the 2nd. All right, had nothing to do with last week. It was not energies coming in from the outside. It was a CERN and a HARP thing. Now, I do have information that proves it. I was just watching and listening to Dutch Sense. I'm sure a lot of you know who Dutch Sense is. Okay, but first we're going to cover what the heck CERN is, just for those who don't know. All right, this is right on the CERN website. This is their website. Okay, at CERN, we probe the fundamental structure of the particles that make up everything around us. So we do so using the world's largest and most complex scientific instruments. You want to read more? Here you go. Go on the CERN website. They go into about how they built the Hadron Collider and all this kind of stuff, yada, yada, yada. Founded in 1954. Actually, the planning of it started when they got all those Nazi scientists, actually, when they want to start playing God. Okay? That's what CERN's all about. So go to the CERN website, watch their video, and of course, you know, they're just telling you the flowery stuff, right? This is what it looks like. And it's not just one. This is the big one, you know, Sweden. It goes around Sweden, all of that. There's a map. You can go look at it. There's also, there's more than one. There's more than one of these around. And the way the Indian Ocean is the other one I keep seeing around that area. It has to do with China. And then there's around the Pacific also. Okay, so you got the CERN colliders that we're dealing with. They cranked it up. Not only did they crank it up, the CERN, but they also cranked up the HARP. This is Alaska. And HARP, again, they try to make it seem like, oh, it's just Alaska. I've seen several locations telepathically where these are located. Okay, and that is the HARP. What is HAARP? HAARP is the High Frequency Active Auroral Research program intended as a ionospheric research program jointly funded by the U.S. Air Force and the U.S. Navy deep state, the old deep state, the University of Alaska Fairbanks, and the Defense Advanced Research Program Agency, deep state. And it was designed and built by the BAE Advanced Technologies, established in 1993. You want to act like it's just Alaska. No. Okay. So that is what was going on last night. They were cranking these machines up. And let me show you what was going on. Then we'll go into why they did it, what they're gearing up for. They're scared shitless. Okay, I'm going to pay. This is Dutch cents. And he was covering what was going on. All right, here we go.
And yesterday, and 5.5 from technically again yesterday, 24 hours.
Let's go a little further back.
In my update, we covered this, and then pretty much everything after it over to the west, we have a new 5.5. These are two sets of 5.5s. 5.5 from technically again yesterday, and 5.5 from technically again yesterday, 24 hours. Then going up into South Philippines or North Indonesia, 4.8, 4.3, 4.5, all popping off right at the border region. Small activity going over to the west, just twos going across Indonesia. Now, I think it's really good that we're getting the 2s and 3s now reported out of Indonesia, don't you guys? This is the Europeans. The Europeans have started to carry the Indonesian feed for all their smaller earthquakes going down into, like, say, the low-end 2 level. This is not USGS reported. This is from the Europeans, and I congratulate them on doing that. I'll tell you what I've noticed since they started to report the 2s and 3s across here. The 2s and 3s are doing the same thing the 4s and 5s are. Equal distance spacing, filling in each other's middle fulcrum points. Now that we can see it, it really, really helps to know the areas that are getting ready to move. For instance, you can see we have a 2.9 here and a 2.9 here. They're about 1,000 miles apart. Again, compare that distance apart to the United States. We're talking like from the West Coast to Texas. That's how far apart these are. But that's how big Indonesia is, spread out area-wise. But here, right in the middle, Mount Krakatau, right at the middle point between these two 3s or two 2.9s. Mount Krakatau has been erupting over the past few days. I don't think it's on the list now, but the only way to find that out for sure is to go take a look, so come along with me on a voyage of discovery, and we're going to go look at the volcanoes which have erupted since yesterday. And Reventador, that's over in Ecuador, Sabancaya in Peru, Aso in Japan, Suwanee-Zajima in Japan, Dukono in Indonesia, Sanjay in Ecuador, Reventador in Ecuador again, Sabancaya, Aso, Suwanee-Zajima, Dukono, Sanjay, Kerinci. Hold on. Everybody, stop what you're doing. Kerinci is now on the list with a 14,000-foot high blast, flight level 140. That is a change. Let's keep going down the list and see if there's any others. Reventador, Ebico, Sanjay, Sabancaya, Aso, Dukono, Reventador, Sabancaya, Sanjay. This gets us into yesterday. All right. Now, you got to see where Kerinci is, guys. You ready? Mount Kerinci is right here. Southeast tip of Sumatra, Indonesia. Let's go look it up on Google Earth.
Okay.
There it is. Top search on Google Earth. Google Earth. There it is. Did I say south? South central. Here it is. Okay, so I thought it was right there. It's right here. Nonetheless, look. It's right here. So roughly the middle point, if you will. Now, I don't know if there's been any others here that have struck earthquake-wise. I know yesterday there were 2s and 3s reported across here. And the 50 earthquake feed from the Europeans is 50 earthquakes, guys. So 50 earthquakes on the European feed. And then once you get to 50, the first one drops off the list. So it's constantly rotating list of 50 earthquakes on their feed. I can't do anything about that. So I don't know if there's any other smaller earthquakes that have struck in between here that further defines Mount Kerinci as the halfway point. I'm pretty sure there are. Mount Krakatau erupted 2 days ago right here, which then would make Mount Carinthia, the halfway point between this earthquake and Mount Krakatoa. But I don't have any earthquakes to show that to you. You know what I mean? Let's go up to the north. Huge open silent zone across Philippines, Taiwan, South Japan, the Ryukyu Islands going up to Kyushu here, and pretty much all of South Japan. But once we get right off the eastern coast of Japan itself, east of Tokyo, another mid-range 5. That makes 3 mid-range 5s. Remember, 5.5 here, 5.5 here, now 5.5, 5.6 up here. Pretty interesting, isn't it? And we go back the day before, and we have 2 sets of 5s going down towards New Zealand. So it's a stepping stone path of 5s. Another way to look at this. Look at this. Do you see anything? Past 2 days, 48 hours, look what's happened. Here, 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 going up, over, and around. And then once we get to the United States or Alaska, it starts to take a slight step down, maybe a half.
Okay, that's what I wanted you guys to see. That stepping stone of 5s going up and across. Okay, that's very intentional. That's just not Earth herself doing that. It's not. They're making that happen. And I wanted you to hear about the volcanoes, because if you go back some of my NRVs, I said that's what they're trying to trigger, volcanic eruption. Again, the volcanoes that I see erupting, keep seeing Iceland, and I see somewhere down in the Pacific, in the middle of the Pacific, somewhere around there. And these are volcanoes that people call dormant or dead, haven't erupted in a long time. Those are the first ones that are going to be very severe and pop off. Okay. When exactly, I don't know. All I have to tell you is last night, it's like they turned on the machines in the beginning of the year and they started cranking it up. Yes. Like the first, and they started cranking it up yesterday. It's exactly what it felt like. Like they switched it and they started cranking it up. I could see the gears and I felt it coming up through the earth. And they have it set at 5.5. That's what they have it set at. That's why you see all these 5s going on. So you can watch the rest of that video. Watch his videos from the first to now. You'll see all these all of them are these 5, between 5 and 5.6. They haven't hit the 6 yet. They have to work their way up to that. All right. And yeah, so check out Dutch Sense. He does a really good job at that. And I really wanted to pull this up because this is very important. It had to do with what went on, why they turned it up, why they turned it up. They turned it on, turned it up. The HAARP and the CERN was I forgot to bring this up. I meant to bring this up. Okay. They don't want to show it. It is that shooting that happened. Well, we all know what's going on right now, right? When it comes to the embassy being taken over, apparently some head military dude from Iran was supposedly killed. I don't believe he was. It's a setup. Again, they're trying to rope the U.S. The deep state is trying to rope the U.S. into World War III. They need this World War III to happen in order for them to win. That's what the dark ones need. They need this war because every timeline they've been on, they are gone. That is their only hope. So they're doing everything to rope us into this World War III. No, it ain't going to happen. They're not going to rope us into the World War III. Okay? they're doing every avenue. They're throwing shit at the wall hoping it'll stick. So that's not going to happen. Trump's not going to let us get into World War III. Okay? Why do they need this war so bad? So their fate is not cemented. Their fate's already cemented, but they're again, a dying rat in a trap still fights, right? Ugh, the imagery. Ugh. So this is why. Let's get rid of this. I don't need this. This is why, okay? Coming up here. Starts here. I love this website, horoscopes.astro-seek.com. Okay, because you can pull up the charts and they have all the degrees. It's wonderful. Again, I'm not an astrologer. It's just something little site thing I've been doing since I was a little kid. I still have my books that I borrowed and didn't return from the library when I was like in 3rd grade. I'm not kidding. I'll show it to you. Yeah, this is one of them. Look, see, all yellowed and everything. The pages could fall apart. Still have it. Yep. Alrighty, any which ways. So January 10th. What is going on January 10th? January 10th is the full moon lunar eclipse. Okay? It's like the opening within the opening. Okay? On Christmas, we had that new moon solar eclipse, right? And that was the big opening to get us through this. This is what it looked like. And yes, I have visual aid. I'm going to show you these cards because I was guided to by her, the high priestess. She came to me as the white queen. Oh my God, just looking at the card. I have goosebumps everywhere. My whole body is trembling. See if you can get her energy. Yeah, she came to me and she referred to herself as the White Queen. And it was like a collective of divine feminine energy. Like the Magdalene energy was in it. The Kuan Yin energy was in it. The Devi energy was in it. The triple goddess energy. She's like the primeval. It was just all of it included in her. I saw it in her robes. It was, and she doesn't have a beard, by the way. So, you know me, I got to do a little jabbing there. So yeah, it was amazing. This pure divine feminine energy. And she came to guide me through this, to show me it, and it guided me to share it. So I'm going to share it with her because it is her energy that, like, okay, this was January 1st. Like, this was from Christmas to January 1st, okay? It was the ending and the beginning coming through January 1st. This was it, the world card coming through, okay? This is what it represented, okay? And her energy is the energy that's working through it, okay? That does not mean masculine energy is bad. I'm tired of hearing the word patriarchy. Do not use it on my damn channel because there is a matriarchy, there is a patriarchy, and both are needed. One cannot do good without the other. They're both needed. Both of them are within you also. Need to be balanced. For those people who spouting out death to the patriarchy, whatever, these SJWs, these thinking, third wave feminists, y'all a bunch of knuckleheads, okay? I'm going to tell you straight up. You're a bunch of knuckleheads. You're a bunch of children. I don't care how old you are. You're a freaking child, all right? Grow up. This is not for you. Let the grown-ups talk at this point, okay? Because obviously you ain't getting it. Maybe next ascension, all right? So any which ways. So annoying. She's the divine mother of the universe energy, okay? And she's running this show right now. Now, we do have a patriarch energy, Saturn, okay? And Jupiter. Those two. Venus is also included in her, which I'll show you how it all fits in, okay? Try to follow. There's a lot going on here because I'm trying to put it all together, okay? I'm trying to pull what's going on in the etherical. As it is above, so it is below. As it is within us, so it is without. So I'm trying to pull that all together because, quite frankly, I think I'm the only person who does this. So This is the divine feminine energy that's driving this right now, who has ushered us through this portal, okay, that opened up on December 25th, 2019 with the with the full new moon solar eclipse, okay? Now she ushered us through that. She's still with us. This is the divine feminine, this is the prime divine feminine energy working in this whole thing, okay? So now that energy is taking us to this point. This is why I love this site. You could pull up the chart right here. The 10th of January. What is the 10th of January? It's the other side of it. It's coming to the other side of this. We're still like coming through this. Okay. What is there? It is the full moon lunar eclipse. Okay. The two bookends. All right. Think of this as two bookends. More three-dimensional, not this just two-dimensional thing. Three-dimensional, okay, coming through that. All right. And if we reach this point of the star of full enlightenment, okay, remember I said you have to know that you've reached that point of completion. All right. And if you're here asking, how do I know that? Then you haven't reached it. I'm not trying to be nasty or snippy. There's no time for me to, to be babying anybody's feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings. You got to get over yourself, really, or you're never going to grow spiritually. Facts don't care about your feelings. The fact is, if you're asking, that means you haven't achieved it yet. It's a knowing. Okay. If you reach this point of full enlightenment, you feel that you've reached that point of enlightenment within yourself, of ascension, okay? Okay, this is what you're reaching, right? Here is what's going on in Capricorn. Capricorn is the big constellation, is the galactic energy that is holding all this within. It is the water, and like these are the veggies that are inside the soup. Okay, this is the soup that we're dealing with. Capricorn. Okay, because the Capricorn is what's grounding it. Notice it's opposite what's going on over here. What's opposite over here? Cancer, the water, the ethereal. All right, and Capricorn's grounding. And this, what's here over here, is your north node. That is your north node. And up here is your south node, opposite of your north node. Okay? Let me read what south node and north node is to you. So those of you who don't know exactly what that means, I'm going to read it to you. The north and south nodes of the birth chart, also known as the nodes of faith, are actually lunar nodes and can be thought of as helpful astrological pointers that ushers us directly towards our most fulfilling spiritual life path, which is highest level. Remember, this is the leveling up point for your lifetime. This is it. This is the leveling up point that's being ushered through in January. And I will show you the 0 point where you start anew. We're going to get there, okay? But first, let's get this explanation. They also tell us what skins we must shed in order to get there, okay? Which is represented by this, the death card, okay? That is what is being triggered. And I'll show you when this death card is being triggered and why the deep state, the dark ones, are fighting so freaking hard right now, because they don't want to end up here. Saturn, Capricorn, Saturn is here. I will show you. It's so exciting. I want to scream in a good way. Like, ah! That's how I want to scream. Okay. Our south node represents where we're coming from and what we're bringing into this life. Meaning, remember I said, all of our past lives, good and bad. What did we pick up? All these talents and skills when we're born, like me, born doing things that people go to school for years for. That's what used to make me feel like a freak. And my ex-husband used to call me a freak. How do you know how to do that? You didn't go to school for it. You should know. Oh, how do you know this? You shouldn't know. A lot of us much older souls, like I said, I am a double Pisces, man. A lot of us, I am at the end. That's it. So a lot of us much older souls, we've come with a lot of baggage, good and bad. But I've worked my karma out. Everything is cool. I have all the good stuff, all the talents and the skills and everything. We got all this baggage. What are we going to do with it? Open it up and use it. All the tools in our toolbox. Our toolbox is filled. What's up, light workers and light warriors? Okay? My voice keeps going in and out. That includes lessons from our past lives and thus all the gifts and qualities that you've already mastered. Okay? We brought all those gifts to use at a time such as this. The one thing that Yeshua used to always say to me since I was a child when I was questioning why do I know how to do this? Why do I do that? Why am I like this? Why do I even look like this? Why did my aging is like so halted to almost nothing? Once I hit my 30s, I started noticing because I'm watching my friends change and I'm not. And talk about being freaked out by it. I really was. And I heard you've been preserved for a time such as this. People keep thinking, there's no comparing. It's not a race. It's this, it's that. Well, all right, boo-boo, you keep doing you. You're going to have a rude awakening to find out. This is it. This is ascension. All right? This is the lifetime we're doing it in. You don't want to come? You want to stay with your head up wherever it is? Go right ahead. Okay? The North Node, on the other hand, represents the path that you are growing into through this life. Okay? It's your destiny. In this life, that is. And it's not always going to be easy to embrace, but will most certainly be spiritually fulfilling when you do it. Okay, this is from bustle.com. Okay, I like that explanation of the North Node and South Node. Okay, so with understanding that, the North Node and South Node, okay, here you go. What's in the spotlight right now? Everything you've learned, everything you've done throughout all these lifespans. Okay, and this is like where you're taking it to. This is this life. This is this life. Let me try to get that straight. This is the main focus. This is the opposite right here, the North Node. Okay, this is the South Node. This is the big focus right now. We're in Capricorn, right? Look at all these things in Capricorn. All of them. You have Jupiter, you have Mercury, you have the Sun, you have Saturn, you have Pluto. All of this is going on right now. That is the other side of this portal. The opening to the opening, it's like turning on, and it's almost like a laser to shoot you into here, the 12th, 13th, depending on what side of the world you're on, 12th into the 13th, because it happens at midnight. Okay, the 12th, midnight, GMT time, or 11:59, whatever you want to say. And what is going on there? This is what they're fighting so hard to break away from, because Daddy is there and Pluto's coming in to tell Daddy what's up, Saturn, okay, to say what's up, and they're meeting together. Guess which degree they're meeting together on? Pluto and Saturn, 22 degrees. 22. What's 22? The master builder number. Not only does it represent the builder number, but it represents institutions, the structures that make up society. But with Mercury and the Sun being here, sorry about that. With Mercury and the Sun being here, it also represents your personal self too, your internal life. So it's the macro and the micro. That is what it represents. Now, Pluto's coming along right here. This is Pluto's card, Scorpion card, coming along, taking this down, the old structures. This is what they're fighting. This is what they're fighting. This is why they switched on HAARP. They blasted up HAARP and they blasted up CERN, and they're causing all those seismic activities to go on. They're trying to blow shit up. They're trying to get us into World War III because the war is their only hope. Not going to happen. But here's what's going to happen when Saturn gets to talking to Pluto. And the North Node over here, which is sitting right by Jupiter. Jupiter is here to reward you, or, you know, it's going to reward you, or you get trapped in your chains. Okay? That goes for those who are choosing not to awaken, those who are choosing to be there and, you know, pretend to be one thing, but there's something completely different because they're so stuck in their ignorance. Okay? Who don't understand agendas, who understand when they're being played. And I pray that this energy is enough to knock them in the ass, that she brings you enough enlightenment for you to hit this. Because again, this energy stays with us till the end of 2021. 2022, okay, you know what? If you didn't utilize it that time properly, then maybe next ascension. That's basically it. Okay, so here it goes. Okay, so you have Pluto marching in here, taking this down. This is what they're trying to avoid here. This is why they're trying to get us into war, trying to blow shit up, you know, earthquakes, all this type of craziness. Hurricanes is not enough. Flooding is not enough. Now they want to shift the earth. Okay, that's what's going on right now. So they could avoid all this, the repercussions of their South Node. They don't want this. They don't want the repercussions of the South Node magnified by Jupiter. I sure do. And I'm sure plenty of you out there, light workers and light warriors, sure as heck do. And no, you don't have to be a light worker and light warrior. This affects everybody. This whole earth is elevating, okay? Or you're being shaken off. You know, the spiraling up or spiraling down is happening, okay? Like I said, my sister made it in time. My normie friend made it in time. Okay, ain't gonna lie, my kids are a bit lagging behind. So I had to light up the altar for them, you know, call on Mary Queen of Angels, call on a whole gaggle army of angels to come help them. Okay, we got to do what we got to do. So this is happening. This must fall, all the old structures, okay? And they're going to reap their repercussions. But as they fall, and those, they're bound in their chains because they refuse to awaken, they get stuck there. For those of us, as you could see, what's rising in the background but the sun, okay? For those of us who've reached this state of enlightenment, okay, and we're ready to level up, we get to go through 0 point on that day. This is 0 point. You will know, here's another thing, if you really have reached that point, you have started getting the setup back in December. Okay? You will see, you will start, this universal energy, she and Capricorn, you know, in reverse, this in reverse has been, you were unchained, and then she has come to get you, to take you to, through the zero, through here, the 0 point into here, total bliss. I literally was like I said, I have done many high road magic spells for myself. You know, I've done it like 2 when it comes to money. The money came through, but I never did it for my highest level up because, quite frankly, I was nervous. I didn't know if I would even wanted it, because I could see that I was done doing my like I said, my ascension work, but it's like I had to choose. You could stay here comfortably and live happily, or go for it. Go for the gusto. Go for it all the way. So I chose to go for it all the way. She came to me. Oh my God. I can't even tell you the energy. I've never met her before personally like that. I've had the triple goddess, but I've never met her before. It was phenomenal. Um, and she said to me that just once you make the decision and light the candle, it is all yours. So I was just like, oh, okay. I made the decision. I lit the candles, and I'm ready for going all the freaking way. All right. So I made that decision with her. Okay. So yay. Again, it's not too late. If you have not reached that point, and I know some of you have, share your stories, please, so others could know that it is not just me. And I've read some of you out there. Congratulations. Yay for you too. Okay. Some of us just, need a little longer than others, just as long as you're moving. That's what counts, just as long as you're moving. All right. And my level up, again, is not your level up. Your level up is not my level up. Okay. We're all made for completely different things. Our soul ages are completely different. What we've came into this lifetime with is completely different. So please, no comparisons. And I'm not comparing myself to anybody. I never do. It's a waste of freaking time. I don't believe in competition. Couldn't care less about it. Never did. Okay. So I hope these cards made sense to you. So look at this, right? 22 degrees. 22 degrees. They're going to be right on top of each other, yo. So that's pretty freaking awesome. Saturn and Pluto. Okay, let me get back over here. I did not expect the video to be that long. All right, I hope you guys actually watched the entire video. I didn't expect it to be that long, but I had a lot to show. And yeah, she did guide me to do a meditation for all of Earth on the 12th. So we will be doing that. We're going to do like probably like close to midnight, January 12th. I'm going to have to do it close to midnight, January 12th. We're going to do that. Okay. So, and I also am going to do a personal webinar. We'll do that on the 13th of January. We'll do a higher realm magic webinar and she showed me she showed me a pure white candle and clear crystal quartz. So those are the two things we'll use. I have to, put that up. You guys could purchase the webinar and stuff like that. You have time, of course. So January 13th is when I'm going to do the webinar. All right, for that. But on the 12th, it's for the collective. On the 13th, it's for the individual. So the macro and then the micro. All right. So you could join me then. All right, everyone. Lady V out. Take care. We got this. You got this. We really do. We really do. Oh, yeah. And more good news. I called the manager of the building where my new office is. And I was actually concerned because I'm like, okay, I don't have, I'm spent financially because of the thousands and thousands of dollars I had to put out for my family, for my sister, for my uncle. Everyone's taken care of because I had to go into January knowing I did the best for everyone. And then I could just focus on my leveling up. So I'm like, okay, I got the office sitting there for free for now, but I need to paint it because that's what they told me. They'll change the carpet in the Zoom, but I have to paint because it's a mess. And I called her up. I said, I want to know when they were going to change the carpet. She goes, actually waiting for you to paint. I was like, oh, okay. I'll get the money together. And she's like, you know what? Do you like the color of my office? Do you like the color in the hallway? I was like, yeah, I love that color. It's what I wanted to get. And she's like, okay, well, I'll tell the guy to put a few put a couple of gallons in there for you. I'll let you know. I'll text you when he has the paint. And I said, okay. I said, oh, I'm going to paint the ceiling first too. She goes, you know, what color are you going to paint it? White? I said, yeah. He goes, I'll just have them pass over and paint that for you too, for free. So now I'm getting my paint for free also, thank God. And she's like, you know, she goes, you know, did you get your license again? I'm like, no, I still have to teach the pediatrics, blah, blah. And I have to reapply for a new business license for that. And she's like, you know what? She's like, I'll give you till April. I'm like, okay. I said, yeah, but what if I get it soon? She goes, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Do what you got to do. I'm sure you're not even going to start. You're not going to be 100% ready until April anyway. So don't worry about it. And then I'll push back the full rent for the full space till August. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, rent-free, half rent, rent-free until April, and then I'm paying only half the rent until August. Like I said, thank you and yes, please, and thank you. Those are your only two words, all right? If you're doing your job, yes, please, and thank you. All right? Lady V out. Talk to you guys soon. Love you guys. Go to higherrealmholistics.com. You could still play catch up, or you want to redo whatever, do it. Everything's available, higherrealmholistics.com.